Okay, it's Tuesday. Hi, friends. I love that we have so many friends that we get to see each other once a week like this and come together and share some good things, some good, positive, exciting things that we all benefit from. So Kate's going to be covering our community connection part this week, and then I'll be going over a few things. I did want to say, first of all, if just in case you missed the memo, there is something very exciting dropping tomorrow morning. So have your eyes wide open early, because yeah, I'm excited about this. So I think you're going to love it. So spread the word. Um, you'll want to share your excitement with your teams, and I love these fun LTOs. Carol's calling it. It will sell out. I agree with you. I think it will sell out fast. So be on it tomorrow morning would be my suggestion. And so with that excitement, let's hand it over to Kate, shall we? Thank you, Kate.
Yeah, no problem. So let's see what I prepared for tonight, because it is all about a testimony and a product highlight. I chose Vitalbiome for a product highlight for a couple of reasons. This time of year, it's, getting darker earlier, and you wake up and it's dark, and it's just, it can be challenging for many people with holidays, with loved ones that are not with us anymore, and all the things. So I actually chose for my testimony my friend Michele Smith, who is a gold ambassador right now, and she's working her way to senior gold ambassador. But she was actually just asked to yesterday go on Joanna Slavin's call and share her testimony on her experience with Vitalbiome. So I thought it would be great for her to share that again with us. So let's start with that. Michele, if you don't mind, let's hear your testimony.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, it was a very scary night. And I think we all know each other here, so I don't really need to introduce myself, I guess. Anyway, so Vitalbiome, you don't know until you know, right? So our daughter, some of you may have seen the pictures, got married the end of August 30th. So our baby, our only daughter, and if you're a mom and you have a daughter, all the prep that goes along for a year, right? And I did great. I did perfect until Saturday of the wedding, I took my last two Vitalbiome. So I typically take two every morning on an empty stomach, and Kate will go over all like the sciencey things behind that. And I took my last two. I had 2 days them in here, but because of the holiday, they didn't hit until the following Tuesday. Ladies, mama can't be without Vitalbiome. It was horrible, horrible. Like all I did was cry. Just it was like that doom feeling. And of course, the light, like Kate was talking about, the season that was also upon us. The end of August, things are starting to change, and so it hit. And it got here, and literally within hours, I was better. And I've been absolutely fine since. So if you have any problems with, depression, mood, that sort of thing, and I'm a girl that had to take Xanax, okay? Like I have a whole bottle in my cabinet for those moments, and have not had to have it. I can't even tell you the last time I've had it. So I regularly take that. That is now a product that cannot be, I cannot be without. It's got to be in this house no matter what. So anyway, thank you for letting me share.
I love that, Michelle. I'm just gonna say that might be one you need a backup at all
Yeah.
times.
Yes,
Make
for
sure you
sure.
always have a
Yeah,
backup.
for sure, for sure. That horrible feeling, And I mean, I know it's all emotional and stuff, but oh, it was not good. And,
Oh,
the fact that I'm fine now kind
Yeah.
of like solidifies it, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a
powerful
testament.
product, powerful.
I love hearing when people can feel relief immediately.
Yeah, totally. It
Oh,
literally was within hours.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So
Thank you.
thank you.
Michelle, how many do you take a day and when?
Okay, so I take, like I said in the beginning, I take 2 every morning on an empty stomach. Um, and there was something else I was going to say about that, but you're going to do the sciencey stuff with it. So,
Mhm.
um, some might ask you why take a probiotic when you take Probio 5, but it's because they have different strains in them.
Yeah.
And this one has 2 of the psychoprobiotics, and that's really a word, I understand. So that helps with, your happy hormones and all the feel goods. So that's when I take them.
I love that makes it easy to remember because it keeps you from feeling psycho.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I was, ladies. I'm gonna tell you, I was like, it was not good.
Well, so I'll dabble in some of the nerdiness of Vital Biome because I actually did listen to Kelly Hulst. If you've never watched any of her ingredient throwdowns, I love her. She really is just fun to watch, and she explains things in a way that's for me it's easy to understand. So just YouTuber Kelly Holst, and she's a pharmacist. But I'll tell you what I have some notes here. So if you see me looking at that's what I'm looking at. So she always talks about like, did you know? Um, so 90% of your serotonin production is in your gut. It takes place in your gut, and the gut microbes that secrete, produce, and release are GABA and dopamine. And we've heard GABA and dopamine a bunch, but do people really know like the breakdown of what each do? Because I kind of never really dabbled in that, and so I asked my friend Chat GPT about it, and so GABA, it's your brain's calming chemical. Think of it as a brake pedal for your brain. It helps to prevent overstimulation and keep you relaxed. And when it's low, that's when you start feeling anxious and restless and you can't sleep. Dopamine, its job is to motivate you, and it's the rewarding chemical. It helps you focus, um, and it's good for movement and pleasure. Um, think of it as the gas pedal that drives you to act and feel rewarded. When it's balanced, you will be happier and more productive. So I love that. And the 2 psychobiotics that Michelle was talking about, those 2 things, GABA and dopamine, are being produced like they're supported. So there's 8 different strains in Vital Biome, and ProBio 5 actually has 5 strains, so it's different. And also Michelle said that there's 2 strains that are actually psychobiotics. So those are clinically studied and proven to decrease stress and mood, improve mood, and nervousness and tension. So the other 6 strains are to benefit your gut because it's all connected. Like I said, 90% of your serotonin is from in your gut. Um, so actually Kelly Hulse, she actually said, would she recommend Vitalbiome and ProBio 5 together? Absolutely. She 100% was saying that ProBio 5 should be on everybody's regimen. But the if the regimen is not helping with your mental, if you're anxious or your mood is not good, then that's when you would put in that Vitalbiome. The different strains, do different things. So she said also that it's good to give it at least 30 days to do its job when you first start Vitalbiome. She said that take it in the morning, works best in the morning. You can take 1 to 2. She said on an empty stomach. And what she actually said, and this is probably what I will do, is I'm going to start taking, I've been doing 1 in the morning for a long time. But this is like the time of year when things for me get emotional and depressed. And so she's like, when you get to that point in the season that you're in, take 2. There's people out there that do take more. She said she's like, some people take 3, but generally the 1 or the 2 are what to recommend. And also she says that they're vegetarian, gluten-free, non-GMO. There is in order to make them, there is a little tiny bit of dairy and soy, but she did say not enough to really, if somebody has an allergy to. Okay, and actually, Michele, you have a dairy sensitivity, right? Was it you?
Correct. And
Yeah.
And the way she put it was it's how it's extracted. They use the soy and the milk upon like extracting. So I took it that it doesn't really have it in it. It just may be like, a facility that has it in it, but it's somehow with the process and the extraction that they use them.
Can I add here? So
Yeah.
this is what I learned is they actually grow the bacteria on, yeah,
Okay.
that's how they grow the bacteria, but the product itself doesn't really contain it. And if
Correct.
it has like minimal traces, it wouldn't be enough that someone would typically react that has sensitivities. And so that's why it does show on the label, but it doesn't really technically contain that inside. You know what I mean? So that always just made sense to me, is that's how they grow the bacteria, is on like a soy or a dairy product, but then they take the bacteria off and it's just
Right.
trace. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say too, like I'm actually intrigued by everyone I know that does more than one. They typically like spread it throughout the day. You know what I mean? So that's the first I've heard to take like 2 at once. So that, I mean, that's easier.
Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe if you find like you want to spread it throughout the day, that's how I know a lot of people have done it in the past too. Just if you find you want to try it both ways and see if one way is a little more helpful for you or not. So just a thought
Yeah.
too.
For my husband, it's just easier for him to take his supplements at nighttime, so I give it to him at bedtime. But on an empty stomach, I think is the key. Yeah.
Love that.
And I have noticed, like, I feel like it's really helped him through the loss of his father recently. So so I definitely think Vitalbiome is something that we're also going to have in our household.
Yeah,
100%.
with extra for backup.
No.
Never want to run
Yeah.
out. We don't
No
want to
running.
dealing with that. Yeah, I get it. I even gave it to my dog, who had extreme anxiety. My dog Nikki, when we first adopted her, she had really bad anxiety. And it was like noticeable how much it helped her. So
Oh, that's good to know too.
another thought. So
Very
awesome.
good. That's all I have.
I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, we
I will.
appreciate that. Thank you, Michelle. I'm so glad that you're back in the chill with us.
Yes,
and
thank you. I am too.
and congrats on jumping on Joanna's call. That's so fun when you get invited to join other team calls and share your story.
Well, that's what I get for making a post on, responding to a post. I shouldn't have done it.
Yeah. Well, no, you
Yeah.
should have. That's how we
Yeah.
grow, right?
That's
That's what
how we
got me
grow,
into it.
and it was
Gotta be.
meant to
It
be
was
that you
great.
did.
Yeah, it was great. It was a big group though. It was like 40 plus people on that call.
Wow, love
Yep,
that.
yep. But it was done very nicely and there was a very upbeat. Zach made it very comfortable. So
Love that. Way to
yeah,
go. Super proud of you for that.
thank you.
Okay. So I just want to go over a few things. First of all, I'm going to ask just super quick. Kate actually suggested, I wonder if we could maybe, if we could move meetings to Monday nights. And I got thinking about that, and my schedule has shifted a little bit. That would actually be a lot easier for me. So I'm just curious if you guys can put in the chat, if you have a preference, Monday or Tuesday, just put which one you would prefer. If you want to keep it Tuesday, totally fine. I just want to like put it out there. And if we do have like an equal vote, or they, everyone wouldn't mind Mondays, then that was just an option. So either put Monday or Tuesday or either. If it doesn't make a difference to you, then we'll just kind of get a feel for that real quick. And I'll put that in some of the chats too for people that aren't here, just so we can get a pulse on that. And next week, you guys, I am going to be with Raquel and Stacy in Michigan and Carol and hopefully Jen. And so I will not be doing training next week. So you'll just have your community connection call for that 15 minutes. And then if anyone wants to volunteer, like, hey, I have something I would love to share that could be beneficial, like an idea I've been using or whatever, then speak up or let me know. Otherwise, you'll just have a quick little 15-minute community connection, because I will be doing a sip and see with Raquel and Stacy. So wish us luck. And Carol, and hopefully Jen, if she can get that passport in time. So an awesome event. And shout out for live events, you guys. Grab some friends in your area and do them. And even if it's just you by yourself, these can be game changer for businesses. A lot of the people that are really in momentum right now are consistently doing live events. And so I totally encourage that. All right. I wanted Carol.
And can we talk about live events one day? I'd really like to talk about them. So like, can we make that a discussion one night?
Do you want to do that next week while I'm gone, and then I'll just listen to the replay? Would that work for you?
I'm going to be with you. I'm not doing the
Oh,
event.
da 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 da.
No, I would like to hear about it because I want to
there.
do them and I'm not doing them.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
not the one to talk on it. I was suggesting that would be a good discussion.
You have some of the best ideas I've ever heard for live events.
I've done very few live events, very few.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what people are doing, because the ones that have come up have been really complicated. I just want to see, because I feel it should be fairly simple. So I'd love to hear what people are doing.
Michelle and I are actually doing one on Sunday. And we're going to an apple orchard in Maine and setting up a table. Actually, I got my friend to do it with me too, and she's a Mary Kay lady, so we're gonna kind of just be under the same tent. And Michelle and I were working today on because she's gonna come, and we're gonna talk to a bunch of people, and we got all the things situated, and
I do those events. Sir, I wasn't talking about like vendor events. I was like,
oh, okay,
like sip and seas and stuff like that. That's what I was kind of looking at.
like
If anybody's doing
at-home
that, so maybe
event.
they're not doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm experienced at. I don't know that I have honestly done more than 2 vendor events in my whole 10 years, to be honest. But I have done a lot of sip and sees, and I've had, we've had really good success with those. The secret is to do them consistently and to just like always tell people we'll be back here again, in 2 weeks or whatever. And just so they invite people, and face to face, just you can't compare what you can do with face to face with people. So definitely. Okay, Carol, remind me and we'll put that on the schedule. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about, so last week I did a training on our welcome calls that I've been doing. And like I mentioned, it is nothing really new, but it's just something that I've gotten back to this has got me so energized, you guys. I told you last week I did one with a girl that was getting married that same weekend, and she came up with 3 names right there on the call of people that she would like to share Plexus with. And so we are scheduled to talk again, like, and get those people started this week. I did another one this morning. I guess it was like early afternoon today, and she's got a post up, you guys. These work. And none of these were people that like indicated that they would be interested in sharing Plexus or doing a business or anything. So if you have not like committed to doing that and learning that, holding those 15-minute welcome calls, I just want to tell you, like, and I'm like guilty of this too. There's been so many things I've heard, like you hear a training and you're like, oh, that sounds really good, like I should do that. And then you just forget about it. You put it aside, you never really actually look at it or whatever. And so don't just consume that, but actually apply it, because I believe it will be a game changer for you. I really, really believe that's what like really gets you getting people sharing in a natural, comfortable way. And that's where you're going to find people. People typically don't just like come to you, even if they're having good results, and be like, okay, I'm ready to share. And so the more you make it like this is a natural thing, and we're going to help you get your products paid for. Is there any reason you wouldn't want me to help you with that? Like, I've got some really simple activities, whatever. Then a lot of times they're just going to be open to that if you do it the right way. So I just want to encourage you, if you haven't like actually taken that and like rewritten it how you would want to say it, practice it, start using it with all your new VIPs, please go back and look at that and consider like how that might change everything for your business. Because I see a lot of people on our team that are consistently signing people up, but they're not consistently developing silvers. And so what that tells me is that we're not really effective as a team in like helping our new VIPs confidently take that step. You know what I mean? That there's a little disconnection there. And so I think if you would just, I don't just think, I will promise you, if you really just go like decide I'm going to start doing these, I'm going to like take the time to look at how it's worded, rewrite it in my words if you want to, and then start using it from now on with every new VIP. And not only that, but go back to all the new VIPs that you've signed up the last 2 months and be like, hey, can we just do a quick check-in call? I just want to make sure that you're having the best experience possible. And I just have some thoughts that could be helpful. Just get them on. All I need is 15 minutes. And then you're going to just basically go through all the same stuff, but make some of it you've probably already gone over with them, but that's fine. So just wanted to really encourage that. And help boost my new VIPs post, if you will, too. Because we always like to help each other with that. Okay, so on that thought, I'm going to shift gears now. It's not often that I really want to promote like training outside of Plexus to everyone as a group, but I'm going to tell you that Brian Osborne, who has some people on our team have worked with him before. I myself I've done one of his free trainings and I loved it. I've never actually like taken that next step and done his coaching, but he developed a whole program just for plexus and he shared it with me. And I'll be honest, it took me like over a week to even look at it. But once I did, and he shared his first training call, he shared the full like 24-week outline of what he's going to offer. I just really feel like this is something it's within reach of everyone because he's made it so affordable. I love small group coaching because I've done different types of coaching before where, I've been in big groups where there's, you know, 25 to 50 people or whatever. And then there's just like something special about just a small little intimate coaching group. So I want to gather as many of us wellness warriors that are actively wanting to build a business. Take a look at this so you can watch the first training call for free. I'm going to share that with you, and then I'm going to share the PDF of his whole outline. He's just got this so beautifully planned out. And here's what I feel. I really think that he hits the nail on what the most common setbacks are for us. And it's mostly all like mindset and belief and stuff like that. It really is. And so I love the way that the whole, the natural flow of it. I just thought it was fantastic. So because it is so affordable, it's $99 a month. And I know that's an investment, but you guys, if you are doing like this coaching, then I believe you'll be signing up more people. So that will make up for that $99 that you're investing extra. And eventually you'll be earning a lot more than an extra $100 a month if you're really committing and doing the process of it. So like 100%, this, you don't have to do this to be successful. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, I feel like this is something that I see a lot of value in, with, all that I know as a leader and 10 years of experience and coaching people on our team. I'm not a coach, and as much as I wish that I had all that experience and wonderful credentials as he has, I really believe in what he's offering. So I'm just going to share the training, the first training for you to listen to. I want to encourage you to listen to it and then look at his whole agenda and see if you feel like it's a fit for you. And if so, then let's do it together because I'm really excited about this. I told him
Can I just add? I coached with Brian probably about 8 or 9 months ago. And I coached with him for 3 months, and he got me to my highest points ever. And I was in the zone when I was coaching with him. He, like Whitney said, he hits the nail on the head with a lot of things. He's studied with the Proctor Gallagher Institute, so anybody that's familiar with like Bob Proctor stuff. And he loves him some Simon Sinek, if you're familiar with him. So he's put together a program like a little bit of the best of both. And he's big into leadership. He worked for a couple of Fortune 500 companies and took one of them from like the lowest producing to the highest producing. So he loves him some numbers. So he will ask you some intelligent questions and break things down in a way that just made sense to my brain and just got me into action more than I probably ever had been. So I grilled him a little bit when he put this course together, and I was like, is this going to be us hopping on a call and you teaching us and then we don't take action from it? And he's like, no, this is meant for you to listen to. So he's created these lessons for you to listen to in your downtime, while you're driving, while you're working out, while you're folding laundry, whatever. Get it into your brain. And then once a week, he'll do a small group coaching, and he will be coaching, pulling people forward and coaching you. And I did my very first coaching was with somebody else, and it was a small group coaching, and we bonded, man, because like her issues were my issues, and like even if it was her getting coached and I was sad it wasn't me getting coached, I got something out of it. So I'm super excited. And if tons of people join, then he's going to break it into smaller groups because he wants it to be small group coaching. So everybody gets coached and gets value out of it. And you can even do one-on-ones with him. So it's a tremendous value. I have spent way, way, way more on coaching programs that I didn't put to use. So I'm signed up. I'm excited. Whitney's excited about it, and I think it'll be fun. So I recommend it.
Thank you, Megan. That's helpful because you know Brian a lot better than I do, and you understand like his background a lot better. So that's really helpful to add that. I just feel like as soon as I listened to that training and I saw his outline, I was like, wow, he really put a lot of thought and heart into this. And I feel like it is definitely what it really does cover the gaps of what's holding all of us back, And I, for myself, even, I was like, I need this. And just to give you an idea, like I've spent a lot on big coaching before, Megan too, Carol. I mean, and I'm not saying it's not worth it, but I just feel like this is so affordable for what he's offering, especially where he's even like willing to do one-on-ones and the small intimate group. Just you get so much more personal coaching out of that too. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of put that out there, put it in your ears. If it's not for you, fine, totally okay. But if it is, check it out. And so watch that training. I'll drop it with the replay. I'll actually go ahead and post that tonight. I usually don't post these till tomorrow, but I'll post it tonight with the replay, or with his first lesson. It's only like, how long was it, Megan? I want to say it was like maybe 10-15 minutes. Yeah, like short. Like it's nothing that's going to feel heavy and overwhelming. You know what I mean? And I love that he does. I love that you get to listen to it on your own time and then kind of chew on it and ponder it, and then we meet and do the coaching about it. So anyways, any questions before we go? All right, we get to go a little early tonight. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Next week, no training, but we'll still have a community connection. I don't remember who's up next, but we'll find out. All right, you guys are great. Have a good night. Bye-bye.